Good. You understood this part.
Hmm.
Now let's go to the properties of the inverse trigonometric functions now. Correct? Now what are the properties we have? Let's try to understand that and we'll come to know. So this property means we will just try to understand using the inverse of sine of sine inverse x and what happens to sine inverse of sine x. Okay, so let's just write it down. Y is equal to sine inverse x now. Okay, just write down y is equal to sine inverse x, and then you can transpose the the sine inverse. When it goes other side, it will become the sine of y. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So you get the sine inverse x. So basically, so you'll get the sine y is equal to x, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is the thing which we need to understand here. Rest of everything is self-explanatory, not to worry about as such. Yeah. Sine y is equal to sine inverse x, then sine inverse when goes other side, it will become sine y. So x is equal to sine y. If x is equal to sine y, then y is equal to sine inverse x. Correct? Now, how do we write it like this? Let's try to understand that. Now look at this part, Vijay. So sine y is there, isn't it? So x is equal to sine y, right? Now sine y in the place of y is nothing but sine inverse x. So sine of sine inverse x. Okay, let's see this part now. We'll try to substitute here the y value. Y is nothing but the sine inverse x. Okay, so x is nothing but sine y, and y is nothing but sine inverse x. So sine of sine inverse x now. Now sine of sine inverse x. Got it? No, is nothing but x only, because sine y was x and y is nothing but sine inverse x. So sine of sine inverse x is x. Clear?
Yes, sir.
In simple term, you can understand the sine and sine inverse will get cancelled, and then only the answer is x. Similar thing happens with the opposite way also. Sine inverse of sine. Right? So here the x value will be ranging from -1 to 1. Got it? Because x was nothing but your domain. -1 to 1, correct?
Yeah.
Understood this part? Clear? Next. Now sine inverse of sine x. The only difference is here is you need to understand the principal value only, right? What happens to this value? Okay. So here, when you do the sine inverse of sine x, correct? So sine x, basically remember that sine x will evaluate to some number. That will be between -1 to 1. So that will give you some range. And the sine inverse of that will always give you the angle -π/2 to π/2. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
See, sine inverse x will give you some angle. Sine inverse x will give you the result is some angle. And sine of any angle will be some value. So the value is given as -1 to 1 in the first case. Then if it is a sine of sine, so if it is a sine inverse of sine x, then sine x will definitely give you some value between -1 to 1. The sine inverse of any value will be between the -π/2 to π/2 only. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, any doubt?
No, sir. It's all clear.
Okay, yeah, good. Now let's go to the next part now. These are a couple of properties are there. We'll try to understand one by one the properties. Okay, yeah. First one is sine inverse 1 by x is cosec inverse x. Okay, so first property is, write down this property, Vijay. First property, sine inverse 1 by x is equal to cosec inverse of x. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we need to prove it now. One by one we'll try to prove it, okay? So we'll try to prove the first property. After that we'll see the other property. We'll prove the first property and then we'll get into the part. Okay?
Okay.
Is yeah. They were not given. We'll try to prove it now. One simple example we'll try to prove. So cosec inverse x is equal to, let's put the cosec inverse x as y, okay? Let's put the cosec inverse x as y. Then x will be equal to cosec y. Correct?
Yeah.
Now cosec y can be written as 1 by sin y. Cross multiply,
Okay.
sin y will be equal to 1 by x. Correct? When you have cosec y is equal to x, x is equal to 1 by sin y, then 1 by x is equal to sin y. Correct?
So I'm getting confused now.
No problem. Let me just explain to you. Now, so till here 1 by x, yeah. Okay, so let's do one thing. I'll just write it down here and then I'll send it to you. So x is equal to 1 by sin pi. Then sin y is equal to 1 by x. So I'll just send it to you. This part go in the series so you'll be able to understand.
Okay.
Did you get it now?
Yes, sir.
See, x is equal to 1 by sin y, right? Because cosec y is nothing but 1 by sin y. Then cross multiply. Sin y you take it on the left hand side, x will come at the bottom. Sin y is equal to 1 by x.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then y is equal to sin inverse of 1 by x. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And y is nothing but the cosec inverse x. Proved?
Yes, sir.
Understood? So basically reciprocal. Sin inverse 1 by x will become the cosec inverse x. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. So now can you do for the cos inverse x? Cos inverse 1 by x is equal to secant inverse x and show it to me.
Yes, I can try now.
Yeah, second property. Try this. You're getting Vijay? Cos inverse 1 by x is equal to secant inverse x is the same method?
Not really, so I'm not getting it.
Okay, not right. Okay. I'll explain to you. Let's understand this part. So what I'll do is I'll just share my screen to you and I'll start writing here only. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
That'll better, I guess. So one moment. I'll just share my screen to you. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'll do is we'll put let secant inverse x is equal to y. So I'll put here is -1. Okay. Secant inverse x is y.
Okay.
Okay. Now this can be written as secant inverse when it goes to other side. Y side will become the secant y. Correct?
Yeah.
Next. Now convert secant can be written as 1 by cos y. Correct?
Okay, yeah.
Secant y is nothing but 1 by reciprocal of cos y, right?
Yes, sir.
Now cos y will be equal to 1 by x. Correct?
Okay.
Then y is equal to cos inverse of 1 by x. I'll put cos inverse now here. -1, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now what is y? Y is secant inverse of x. So in the place of y, I can put secant inverse of x. So will you get the same thing or not?
Okay, yes, sir, yeah.
Understood? Clear? Can you do by your understanding now?
Yes, sir.
Try it out. You should be able to get it. If you don't get it, then I'll send it again.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Just try it out now. I'll stop sharing the screen.
I get it, sir.
You got it now? Excellent.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the tan inverse 1 by x is equal to cot inverse x, Vijay. Same method. Can you just do it this part and send it to me? Let me just have a
Yes,
look at
sir.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. മാസ്റ്റിക് കാർഡില്ല അതാണ് മാസ്റ്റിക് കാർഡില്ലേ വയനാട്ടില് വ്യാഴാഴ്ച വ്യാഴാഴ്ച ലീവ് വെള്ളിയാഴ്ച ലീവ് വെള്ളിയാഴ്ച ലീവ് എടുത്ത 4 ദിവസം ലീവ് കിട്ടും വെള്ളിയാഴ്ച ദിവസം ലീവ് എടുക്കും എന്നിട്ട് വന്നിട്ട് ആ നൂലിട്ട സാധനം എടുക്കണം നൂലിട്ട അടുക്കളയുടെ സാധനം എടുക്കണം
You're reading it, Vijay, this part? Tan inverse 1 by x is equal to cot inverse x.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Excellent. Superb.
അത് തെർമോകോൾ ബോക്സ് വീട് ഐസിട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോയിട്ട് വാങ്ങിയതാണ്
These are the important properties. We'll be using these properties quite often in the coming exercises. We'll be using these properties.
തെർമോകോൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കണം അതിന്റെ മീനമായി കൊണ്ടുപോയി ഇഷ്ടിക്കാതെ കൊണ്ടുപോകണ്ട അതൊക്കെ കൊണ്ടുപോയി കഴിയും
I sent it, sir.
Send it.
Yeah.
ഇതെല്ലാം 3 സാധനം കൊണ്ടുപോകണം അത് നോക്കട്ടെ വയനാട്ടിലുള്ള പരിപാടിക്കനുസരിച്ച് സാധനം പഠിച്ചാൽ
Oh, you got inverse x is got y is 1 by tan y, it's 1 minus y. X is equal to 1 by x is equal to tan y is equal to tan inverse of y, 1 by x is, yeah, correct answer, yeah. Yes, correct answer. Yup. Let's go to the next part now. Now next part is sine inverse minus x is equal to minus sine inverse x. X belongs to range minus 1 to 1. So let's understand this part. So this part we need to understand how the sine inverse of minus x is basically equal to minus sine inverse x. Clear? Now same method remains the same. Sine inverse minus x is equal to y.
Okay.
Let the sine inverse x minus x is equal to y. So what will become? Minus x is equal to sine y. Correct? Minus x will be equal to sine y. Sine inverse goes the other side, it will become the minus x is equal to sine y. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next.
Clear.
Next. Now, how do we remove the sign, minus sign from here? Let's take the minus sign from the x to the minus sine y. Now x will be equal to minus sine y. Minus sine y can be written as sine of minus y. Because sine of minus sine theta is nothing but sine of minus theta. Sine minus theta is nothing but minus sine theta, right?
Yes, sir.
Same thing. X will be equal to minus sine y, and then minus sine y can be written as sine of minus y. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir. Clear.
And that's it. Now you just have to, what is the minus y? So sine y, you take it to the other side, so it becomes a sine inverse x. Sine inverse x will be minus y, and then y was nothing but the sine inverse x. Clear this part?
X.
Sine inverse
Yes, sir.
x is equal to minus y, and then y was nothing but the sine inverse x. Sine inverse minus x. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
So sine inverse minus x is given as minus of sine inverse x. Clear?
Yes, sir.
It's just a change of the minus sign only, nothing else. Is if you just remember sine minus theta, sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, then you are done, right? Similar way,
Yeah.
can you do for the tan inverse minus x is equal to minus tan inverse x? X belongs to all the real number. Same way.
Yes, sir.
Try it out.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah, just send me working. Let me just have a look at it.
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
You sent Vijay? Let me just
No, sir. It's uploading right now.
Okay. So what you did, tan inverse x is equal to y minus x is equal to y, and then minus x is equal to tan y is equal to y. Then minus tan y fine. Tan inverse x is equal to minus tan y, so minus x is equal to, yeah, correct answer. Absolutely correct. You understood this part? Clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay. In the similar lines, you can do the cosec inverse minus x is equal to minus cosec inverse x. So it's the same thing, okay? And when the absolute value of x is greater than or equal to 1, because cosec x, we want the absolute. It has to be, any absolute value has to be greater than or equal to 1, because more than 1 only will be possible.
1.
Correct?
Okay.
Next. Because it's opposite of this part, right? So we need absolute value of x. It has to be positive value,
Yeah.
so that has to be greater than or equal to 1. Clear? Okay. Now, yeah.
Yes,
The next
sir.
part, I think I'll cover in the next class. This part, just revise whatever we have done in this part, so that it syncs you properly.
Okay.
Okay, because after that it's just a pi minus thing. Cos 180
Okay.
secant inverse, everything will be pi minus. And next class I think we'll finish all the properties then. Fine. Because properties, whatever you learned,
Okay, sir.
it's
Yeah.
important. So what you can do is this: you can write down all this, keep on writing this property, and paste it next to your study table where you can see that.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you have to revisit these properties multiple number of times. Okay, so one time you know the book, but make sure that you stick it to the
Yes, sir.
study table, so that it's always there in the mind. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Fine, Vijay. Sure. And let's close it now. We'll continue in the next class then. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, sir.
Bye.